In psychology, the dark triad represents three personality traits: narcissism, psychopathy, and Machiavellianism. If we were to ask the three who has the darkest personality, the narcissist would say, "Me." The psychopath would say, "I don't care." And the Machiavellian would say, "It's whoever I want it to be." People scoring high on the three traits are more likely to commit crimes and create severe social problems in society, families, and organizations. This is why the research on the dark triad is used widely in law enforcement, psychology, and business. Here is an overview of what we know. The narcissist displays grandiosity, entitlement, and superiority, and wants nothing more than admiration. Once he gets what he wants, the narcissist is rarely interested in other people. When he does care, it's to enhance his status, which is why he likes to mingle with successful others. They seem as though they're completely in love with themselves, but at the root of their inflated egos are often deeply held feelings of inferiority. To protect their constructed self, they can never admit to being wrong, which is why they lie or blame others. Machiavellians are unprincipled, cold, and have a cynical view of other human beings. They like money, power, and winning, and they use manipulation to get what they want or exploit others. If manipulation doesn't work, they steal or betray. Those high on the spectrum believe it's better to be feared than being liked and defend others as a strategy to control them. When you are a psychopath, you come across as cold and others think you are scary. You also show little to no fear, act impulsively, and you enjoy mental thrills. Those high on the spectrum don't form any emotional bonds. The result is a complete lack of compassion. That means they have no problem being mean. If something terrible happens, they later often don't feel any remorse or guilt. The research tells us that men score significantly higher on all three compared to women. And while these three personalities are empirically distinct, they do overlap.
Have you ever noticed feeling that you can't remember anything correctly around a specific person? When you're with that person, do you feel a little like you've lost your mind? That's due to gaslighting, a tactic narcissists use in order to manipulate and gain power and control over those around them. Gaslighting is frightening because it's insidious. The manipulation is lengthy and gradual, so the victim doesn't notice it happening, like when you grow taller. The end result of the long-term gradual manipulation is the devastation of the victim. It can reduce the most healthy, confident person down to being a shaking, paranoid shell. The victim no longer believes they know what's real, so they adopt the reality of the abuser, giving the narcissist full control.
Way before the first selfie, the ancient Greeks and Romans had a myth about someone a little too obsessed with his own image. The myth captures the basic idea of narcissism. Elevated and sometimes detrimental self-involvement. It's actually a set of traits classified and studied by psychologists. The psychological definition of narcissism is an inflated, grandiose self-image. To varying degrees, narcissists think they're better looking, smarter, and more important than other people, and that they deserve special treatment. Psychologists recognize two forms of narcissism as a personality trait: grandiose and vulnerable narcissism. Grandiose narcissism is the most familiar kind, characterized by extroversion, dominance, and attention-seeking. Meanwhile, vulnerable narcissists can be quiet and reserved. In either case, the dark side of narcissism shows up over the long term. Narcissists tend to act selfishly, so narcissistic leaders may make risky or unethical decisions, and narcissistic partners may be dishonest or unfaithful.
They look much better than the other severe personality disorders. They show on the surface self-satisfaction, grandiosity, excessive concern with themselves, a tremendous need to be admired, but without any mutuality of the relationship. So there is an abnormal love of the self, incapacity to love others, an internal sense of grandiosity and emptiness at the same time.